Yo guys, what is going on? JPS back with another video, and today we're going to be watching top 10 actors who nailed the English accent. Now I thought this would be an interesting video for us to check out because I've been thinking of this video idea where me, Will, Mac, and Cameron all sit here and test out a bunch of different English accents and try and mimic and sound English. Let me know if you guys think that's a good idea. That idea came up in my last P.O. box opening. Actually, I think it was the one before that where we got this book on Cockney slang, and it was just like a translation from Cockney to English and all the different things they have. But obviously there's a lot of different dialects, tons of different dialects. It's like every 30 miles, and some places even 10 miles. So I think it would be an interesting video. So let me know what you guys think. It might be a little cringy for me because I know my accent is not going to be good, but I don't know. Anyways, let's get right into this. Top 10 actors who nail the English accent. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit subscribe, consider joining the Patreon. Link is the first link in the description of every video. Let's get right into it.
Many have tried, most have failed. But every so often there's an attempt that doesn't offend our ears.
Ah! A miracle!
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 actors who can nail the English accent. Before we begin, we publish new content on film and TV, all fabulously feigned by American and Canadian actors.
Potatoes! Boil them, mash them, stick them in a stew.
Number 10, Mike Myers,
Alright,
the
let's
Austin
see.
Powers franchise. We kick things off with a caricature of the British super spy genre, but a comic accent that actually holds up, most of the time.
Oh, behave. Yeah. Yeah, baby!
Yes, Mike Myers' Austin Powers inflection is OTT, but that's all part of the charm. Powers' well-rounded mutterings on all things shagadelic skirt the Queen's English stereotype, but blend it with a roughness to make it seem quite genuine.
But now I can see your nuts. I thank you.
The jury's still out on Fat Bastard's Scottish snarl,
Get in my belly!
but Austin's intonation is pretty groovy, baby.
Oh, behave! Yeah!
Number 9, Angelina Jolie, Lara Croft Tomb.
It's so difficult because I feel like with the English accent, you either nail it or you don't. And when you don't, it's really bad. Like it's just embarrassing. But this is obviously coming from non-English natives, or England natives. But like when you do, like when an American gets it right, and I've heard it a few times, it sounds pretty good. So that's the thing about it.
Tomb Raider. A film which forced accent changes throughout the cast, the first Tomb Raider sees Scots actor Ian Glenn switch to English and the Englishman Daniel Craig adopt American.
You know, I think it's really cool that you still have a day job, even though it's obviously just for show.
But Angelina Jolie takes the title role, masking her US tones with Lara Croft's clipped and quintessential cadence.
Yes, well, I've always found your ignorance quite amusing. Pal, however, is not ignorant.
No?
No. He's a liar.
Jolie doesn't have a pitch-perfect
good.
history with accents, but this one's on the right side of believable. Bringing a high-class sound to a high-octane role, Jolie's Lara owns every scene she's in.
This is a disaster.
Was it programmed to stop before it took my head off?
Number 8, Johnny Depp,
not
Sweeney
bad.
Todd, the Demon Barber of Fleet Street. To another actor who's tackled an English accent on multiple occasions, with varying success.
Stop blowing holes in my ship!
Jack Sparrow's daggered drawl is instantly recognisable, but Johnny Sweeney Todd trod closer to Cockney, with some listeners comparing both voices to Rolling Stones rocker Keith Richards.
At last, my arm is complete again.
Ultimately, Depp's Demon Barber boasts a unique snarl with a blend of British influences. Of course, Johnny spends most of this movie mid-song, so consistency is key, and he doesn't disappoint.
And I can guarantee to give you without a penny's charge the closest shave you will ever know.
Number
That's
7,
a
Maggie
good.
Gyllenhaal,
That was good right
Honourable
there.
Woman.
To me, at least.
Acceptable accents are a shared trait for the Gyllenhaals, with Jake pulling off a passable effort for the otherwise pretty pants Prince of Persia movie.
All these foreign dignitaries. I'm guessing you know a few.
But Maggie deserves most credit for her role in the 2014 BBC series The Honourable Woman.
Hello. What a day. I can't tell you how heavy that robe is.
In the show, Maggie plays Nessa Stein, a high-ranking businesswoman who becomes the Baroness of Tilbury. And given that most of her scenes are stacked with emotional intensity, she carries her character's voice with conviction. It's one of many reasons she bagged a Golden Globe for the role.
I was so happy this morning. Didn't even make the day.
Number 6, Kevin Klein, As You Like It.
I don't know how I'd feel about
Kenneth
that
Branagh's
one.
contemporary adaptation of this
That
Shakespeare
show.
comedy suffered some scathing reviews, but Kevin Klein's performance proved a definite highlight.
I can suck melancholy out of a song as a weasel sucks eggs.
Starring as Jacques, the Missouri-born actor won a Screen Actors Guild Award for his work, thanks in large part to the effectiveness of his accent.
When I did hear the motley fool thus moral on the time, my lungs began to crow like Chanticleer.
There's probably no truer test of an actor's English intonation than the bard's Elizabethan best, and it's a test that Klein clearly conquers. And that's despite the original play being set in Europe, and Branagh relocating the action to Japan, for some reason.
To your pleasures. I am for other than for dancing measures.
Number 5, Robert Downey Jr., Sherlock Holmes. There aren't many more iconic or intrinsically English characters than Sherlock Holmes, so
I feel like if I attempt this accent, you guys are going to look at me differently.
There aren't many more iconic or intrinsically English characters than Sherlock Holmes, so many raised an eyebrow when Guy Ritchie cast Hollywood hotshot Robert Downey Jr. as the super sleuth in 2009.
Madam, I need you to remain calm, and trust me, I'm a professional.
Sure, Jude Law brings enough Englishness for two, but could Robert Downey Jr. really convince in the lead role? Yeah, he could. Downey Jr.'s Sherlock taps into Holmes' eccentricities with the wizened tones of someone always with the answers on the tip of their tongue.
8:30 the Royale. Wear a jacket.
You wear a jacket.
And any accent that holds up against Mark Strong's booming vocals is a winner in our eyes.
I warn you, Holmes, to accept that this was beyond your control, beyond what your rational mind could comprehend.
What a busy afterlife you're having.
Number 4, Michael Keane, Christopher Guest and Harry Shearer, This is Spinal Tap. In the mid-80s, David St. Hubbins, Nigel Tufnell and Derek Smalls were better known as one of the most famous British rock bands on the planet, Spinal Tap. However, not only was the group set up to parody heavy metal music, but its three main members weren't even British.
It's a bit of a departure from the kind of thing you normally play.
Yeah, well, it's part of a trilogy, really, a musical trilogy that I'm doing in D minor.
US comedians Michael McKean, Christopher Guest and Harry Shearer all pulled the wool over everyone's ears with their humble home counties Essex-esque approach, faking their accents for the entire mockumentary.
Oh my god.
It's only rock and roll, but we liked it.
Thank you. No, I would watch that. That sounds hilarious.
Thank you very much. Rock and roll. Rock and roll.
Number 3, Gwyneth Paltrow, Shakespeare in Love. An actress whose early career is peppered with English roles, Gwyneth Paltrow plays the English Rose better than most, despite being born in LA. The actress scored international fame and an Oscar when she starred as Viola in Shakespeare in Love.
This is not life, Will. It is a stolen season.
Looking and sounding far from out of place in Merry Tudor England, her accent's all the more effective because Paltrow doesn't waver during high-tension moments.
I have spoken with your father.
So, my lord, I speak with him every day.
A romantic comedy period drama with an American taking the lead, this film might have been a laughingstock. Instead, it was the toast of critics everywhere.
Oh, happy dagger! This is thy sheath.
Number 2, Renee Zellweger, The Bridget Jones Franchise. To another icon of Englishness, but another brought to the big screen by an American.
I need y'all to comment down below. Out of all of these, once we get to the last one, which one do you think killed it the most? Like, which one had the most believable English accent?
An actress.
Oh, holy Jesus.
Renee Zellweger puts in a career-defining turn as Bridget Jones, whose eponymous diary fuels one of the UK's most popular rom-coms.
Bridget Jones, wanton sex goddess with a very bad man between her thighs. Mum. Hi.
Zellweger was taught her accents by the same voice coach as Paltrow had worked with for Viola, Barbara Berkery, and Bridget's voice now seems as much a part of her character as big pants and embarrassing fancy dress. A playful, prim and proper tone, it certainly catches the attentions of Messrs Cleaver and Darcy.
Definitely an occasion for genuinely tiny knickers.
Number 1, Meryl Streep, The Iron Lady. It's one thing to tackle the vocal nuances of a fictional character, quite another to recreate the pitch and range of a figure from history.
One must be brave if one is to take the wheel.
Meryl Streep stepped into Margaret Thatcher's shoes for the Iron Lady in 2011, receiving widespread acclaim for her portrayal of the controversial PM.
I will not negotiate with criminals or thugs. The Falkland Islands belong to Britain, and I want them back.
And Streep's award-winning performance includes some spot-on voice work. The celebrated US actress plays on Thatcher's polished tones as if they were her own, commanding authority whenever she speaks. It's inflection perfection on a prime ministerial level.
If you take the tough decisions, yes, people will hate you today, but they'll thank you for generations.
Or forget you entirely.
You agree? No, that's actually true. I feel like those are some of the hardest roles to play when you're playing them after actual people, because most British people have heard Margaret Thatcher's voice. Speaking of which, we should react to a video on Margaret Thatcher. Let me know if y'all have a good one, because I know how prominent of a figure she was and how controversial as well. I know a lot of you feel different ways about her, so yeah, it should be interesting if we do end up watching that. And along with the accent video, let me know what you guys think of that. I know a lot of you were proponents of us or me doing it, but let me know what you think of all four of us doing it. I think it would be funny, but oh, it'd be so embarrassing in the moment, but it is what it is. Anyways, I like that video a lot. Not sure I'd be able to recreate an English accent on the level of any of those actors, but you can only try, I guess. Anyways, guys, hit that like button, hit subscribe, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next video.